How to become a six-figure copywriter starting today, and how you can do it without a copywriting course, without a copywriting coach, without a copywriting guru. In the next few minutes, I am going to show you how you can get into one of the highest paid writing professions in the world and start earning premium fees well into the multiple six figures. And that's not including commissions or royalties. Now, most copywriting courses and copywriting gurus will tell you that these results, and a lot more, are quite possible. In fact, those claims are often the very headlines they use to sell you their courses. But the problem is that building a six-figure copywriting career simply isn't a reality for most of the people who set out to achieve something in this business. My goal is to help change that, because it really isn't that difficult, provided you do a few things right. Before I get started, let me be clear. I am not a guru, and I have no intention of ever playing that role. I am simply an entrepreneur who is walking on a path very much like yours. There is a high chance you and I are quite alike. I wasn't blessed with a lot of luck or a lot of capital or anything in my previous career or previous life that have somehow prepared me to leap over some of the pitfalls many new copywriters face. The bottom line is this. I am really no different from you when it comes to becoming a six-figure copywriter right off the bat. But there is one thing that is responsible for my success, more so than any other. First, let me tell you what it isn't. It isn't any copywriting course currently on the market. It isn't any guru or copywriting coach currently offering their expert training. And it isn't any network of connections, friends in high places, or membership to an exclusive copywriting network. The real secret to my success is very simple. Ready? It's my ability to use my brain and my ability to think for myself. Believe me, it's not an ability that comes naturally to me. For a long time, I had been very good at taking orders from someone else, almost to a fault, without question. Maybe that can get you places in the real world, and maybe it will win admiration of those around you. But in business, the same ability will get you killed. You'll go broke in no time. Warning, this guide is not about copywriting. Although I cover this to an extent in my training program, it's not the main highlight. There are plenty of courses and coaches who are already delivering that type of information. And frankly, most of us are already drowning in more copywriting tips and hacks than we could ever apply. Now, here's the thing. You don't become wealthy by buying things. You become wealthy by selling them. And that is your missing piece of the puzzle right there. The one puzzle to complete the entire picture of a high six-figure, potentially million-dollar enterprise. What interests me isn't the art of writing copy. It's the art of making money writing copy. Because being a good copywriter and being a wealthy copywriter are two different things. Just as there's a difference between a best writing and best-selling author. Most copywriters operate from a position of self-significance or self-importance. It's often about their own ego, about achieving a worthy goal for themselves. But knowing how to turn your knowledge and skill into dollars and cents, now that is what counts. Not because money will make you happy, but because money gives you choices. Choices to live your life exactly as you want, and to have the free time you need to figure out exactly what that is. And that's the entire reason I concocted this one-of-a-kind course, to monetize your skill. Most courses talk about how to write copy. I show you how to make money writing copy. And once you've been on the other side, the side where creating wealth on demand becomes a reality for you, there's no reason for you to want to look back again. It's just like being born. Once it happens, you can't go back. And let me tell you, the view from where I'm sitting now is absolutely priceless. That's why I am calling this the $1 Million Copy. The $1 Million Copy program completes your search for wealth through one of the highest paid, most lucrative writing careers in the world. You'll learn things like how to turn your copywriting skill into a monetizable, profitable business, how to create an attractive offer designed to pull in high-level clients. I show you where to find these clients. I have a few favorite places to go online, and really you don't need many to make this work. I also show you how to close clients, and if you want, negotiate for royalty and earn a percentage from your vendor's sales. Copywriting is already lucrative, and if you do it right, you can also add the recurring income factor. Get paid over and over again for work only done once. And to complete this program, I also include my copywriting crash course. In the interest of making this as holistic as possible, it only makes sense to throw this in too. Also, if by any chance you want to make money as a copywriter, but you could use some training. And I feel that's for the best. You wouldn't want to get clients paying you only to learn you couldn't live up to your prices. Ironically, most copywriters don't really have an offer, or their offer is pretty much pay me first and I'll write for you. Problem with that approach is you will most likely zero in on stingy clients. And it's quite a luck-based business where you depend on referrals and if they can refer at least clients to you. That might work for some people, but like I said, it's luck-based. And anything built on luck isn't a business. Plus, it's kind of hard to get noticed, especially when you're just starting out. And what happens naturally is you'll think it's a good idea to offer your service at a cheaper price, just like nearly everyone else. $1 Million Copy changes all that. You can offer cheaper or you can offer different. With my program, you will learn how to dominate instead of competing based on price. Once you do that, you can pretty much charge what you want, and the strength of your positioning in your marketplace will determine how much money you make. It's like buying a Swatch versus buying a Rolex. People don't buy a Rolex because it tells time any better than a Swatch. They buy it because buying a Rolex means something to them. And the meaning doesn't have a whole lot to do with money. It has to do with value. It has to do with prestige. It has to do with the statement of see what I accomplished. My suggestion? Be the Rolex. For many reasons, I should put a premium price tag on $1 Million Copy. If you make $1 million or even build a six-figure venture from this, that's how much this is worth to you. But good news. For now, I plan to make this affordable so it can get into as many hands as possible. Why? Because I want to first prove my worth to you. And when you see the immense value I can bring to your business, wait till you see what my other programs can do for you. Of course, the intro price and savings are not permanent, and I reserve the right to expire the discount and bring it back to retail anytime, or when I've gotten enough customers for this program to justify that. Whatever it is, I am sure you'll want to act now and avoid paying more and start turning your skill into a business. Click on the order button below. Act now and you also get these fast action bonuses. Bonus number 1, my business proposal template that you can use to send to cold and potential prospects. Just rebrand it with your details and you're good to go. And bonus number 2, my sales closing script. This is my proven, tried, and tested process when talking to potential clients and close them on the call. Of course, feel free to personalize it with your details. You get these free when you get my $1 Million Copy program. Act now. Click on the order button below. If you're still thinking about it, you don't have to say yes, just a maybe will do. When you get this program, your purchase is protected by my 100% satisfaction guarantee for the next 30 days. So you have ample time to check out my training and put it to the test. And I'm confident you will easily make back what you've purchased. And if that doesn't work out, I will buy it back from you. You have zero risk. You have nothing to lose. And the best part is, the potential of this program is immeasurable. The biggest mistake you can do right now is leaving this page and not do anything to change your tomorrow. Get instant access now, risk-free.
Every business, regardless of size or stage, has to excel in generating new leads as it directly relates to potential sales and profits. This becomes very important every month and is the main struggle most freelance copywriters face. With $1 Million Copy, we address this struggle by showing you how to find and manage your leads and clients, how to pitch and close deals, and you'll even learn strategies and tactics in leveling up your business to a potential 7-figure business. $1 Million Copy has 7 modules. The first and second module guide you on generating new leads and managing them so you can deploy your resources effectively and efficiently. The third and fourth module help you find your competitive edge by creating your unique selling proposition and your unique offer. In the fifth and sixth modules, you'll learn how to pitch and close deals and scale your business onwards and upwards. The final module, the 7th, is for starters and seasoned copywriters to learn the fundamentals and secrets of copywriting through the Killer Copy Blueprint. Unlike other products out there teaching people how to be a copywriter, Million Dollar Copy focuses on finding clients and building the copywriting business. In Million Dollar Copy, the strategy is to create raving fans for your business. To do this, it starts with the ability to generate leads, and this is represented by the lead generation funnel. Leads turn into prospects, which then in turn become clients, and those clients turn into raving fans. Leads are defined as suspects for your business and turn into prospects after meeting certain criteria or qualifications. Yes, they need to be qualified to be your customer because not everyone is your target audience. Prospects are your potential clients, whereas actual clients have agreed to engage with your services and money has been transferred to your account. Raving fans promote your services positively, fervently, and free of charge because of the results they've gotten from you. Raving fans help to lower your cost of advertising because their free positive review helps generate new leads for you. This is also referred to as a positive opinion leadership. Not every client will turn into a raving fan, but every client has the potential to be your raving fan. It comes down to how well you serve and impact your clients and the experience they have with you. There are 5 lead generation tactics you can use. Lead generation tactic number 1, use what you have at where you are. If you're just starting out, begin with what you have at where you are. If you are already in business for a couple of years, look at your surroundings and identify untapped opportunities. How do we execute this tactic? First, pull out a map and locate where you are. You can use Google Maps or search for free map tools or a physical map. Draw a circle with a radius of 15 kilometers from where you are. Why a 15-kilometer radius? Because it's about a 20-minute drive from where you are. This takes less time driving and gives you more time for getting leads and clients. Next, list down all the businesses within the radius, and now you've got a list of potential leads to start with. It would be businesses with different backgrounds and sizes. To manage this list, categorize them as small, medium, and large businesses and identify the top 3 potential clients. To identify the top 3, do your research. Here are 5 ways you can do it. Note if the potential lead is a brick and mortar establishment like a restaurant. You can always visit their location on the busiest day of the week to get a feel for their business. For example, restaurants would be lunch or dinner services Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, clothing stores during weekends, clubs during Fridays, Saturdays, and ladies' night, and corporations by the number of staff employed, which you can determine by the number of people exiting the building during lunch hour. Yes, you will not get an absolute number, but it gives you a good gauge. This tactic is interesting because it gives you access to your leads as you can pinpoint their location and can drop in at an appropriate time to pitch your services to them. Visiting their establishment also hones your skills of identifying opportunities to add more value. When you're done identifying your top 3 potential leads, approach and pitch your services using either of the following methods. What you want to do is fix an appointment, meet up with them, and say you've done research and have got a proposal to share to potentially double or triple their business in the next 3 months. Appointments can be fixed by dropping your name card or through a cold call, or get someone to do a warm introduction to the owner of the business. However, if you're just starting out, start from the bottom 3 potential leads and offer to work for them for minimal charges or for free in exchange for a video testimonial, which you can then use on your website to market your services. Why video testimonials? Well, it's more powerful, influential, and convincing than a written one. When you're done with the first 3 clients on that bottom 3 of your lead list, move up the ladder to medium and larger clients. Note that when dealing with the bottom 3 clients, there will be opportunities and challenges in the form of educating them on the importance of copywriting. They're at the bottom 3 for a reason, and they may not even have the funds to pay for minimal charges. Therefore, the strategy here is to win small first and get results as soon as possible so you can use those results to generate more leads and approach bigger clients. When you're just starting out, you want to get clients and results fast so you don't go hungry and you can keep the business going. Lead generation tactic number 2, cold call your way to a hot success. Contrary to what people believe, cold calls do work when done under the right context. This is an extension of tactic number 1. To deploy this tactic, draw up a list of potential leads and call them up on the phone one by one. Don't email them, as it may go to the spam folder. Also, don't show up right at their doorstep, as your leads may be running on a busy schedule and could find it very intrusive. Calling on the phone is less intrusive and gives you the opportunity to build rapport. The goal is to set up a face-to-face appointment so you can better persuade and influence their decision to engage with you. What you want to do is, on the phone, first introduce yourself, then set the context by saying you've done research and have identified X number of opportunities to further improve the business primarily through copywriting. You're keen to work with them, and if they're open to explore the proposal, you would love to meet up in person on either timing A or timing B. Always give them options to help expedite the meeting. Otherwise, they'll say they're too busy and they'll get back to you, or they'll say they get back to you, which often takes a long time if it ever happens at all. If one call isn't successful, move on to the next until you do succeed. When you've gone through your list, expand the radius which you set in tactic 1 to find more leads. Lead generation tactic number 3. Your network is your net worth. It's not only who you know, but who knows you. To do this, you want to add value to the people you meet and want to do it with sincerity and authenticity. Not everything needs to be about sales. The intention is to build long-term relationships, and the reason for this is because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. These relationships can lead to a warm introduction to potentially something bigger and better. Never underestimate the power of a warm introduction. It's important to note not all networking events are the same. So at most events, you end up with people who are like you, wanting to meet potential clients and selling all the time. The tip here is to be clear about the event and add value to the people you meet. Don't waste your time by going to all networking events. Be clear on the goal of the event first before going to it. Check out local establishments like Business Network International. They're an international business network with local chapters where only one unique service or business can join, and business is done on referral basis with zero commissions. Other platforms you can consider looking at are PTix or Eventbrite. These are online platforms where event organizers post details of their event. Some are free and others are paid. Here's a power tip for business cards you bring to networking events. Most people distribute their name cards like flyers. You'd want to only exchange business cards with potential leads. A tactical move is to have an odd-shaped name card so it stands out from the rest of the standard template name cards. On your name card, include a web link where your leads and prospects can download a bonus or tips in exchange for their name and email address. This way you can build your email list, which you can mine later. Be sure to organize your list and ensure you do a follow-up. The bonuses offered can be used to your advantage, and you can even use different bonuses for different kinds of leads. Your bonuses offered can also be used as a conversation starter. For example, you could talk about how to 10x your sales through persuasive copy, or 10 big mistakes every business makes, or even copywriting secrets for small, medium enterprises. Do a follow-up on businesses that download the bonus by sending them an email or over the phone. What you can say is, "Hey, I noticed you've downloaded this bonus. I'm dropping in to check if it has served you well and if there are any questions in its implementation." And this is how you'll want to get one foot in the door and utilize the leads you've gotten from networking events. Lead generation tactic number 4, freelancer mega platforms. Upwork is an online site where clients and freelancers match up for a job. This works well because jobs posted up are automatically qualified as prospects, as they are actively searching for freelancers. However, the competition is steep, and if you haven't built a name or a portfolio online for yourself, clients will typically pick the cheapest price or the highest perceived quality. This is where your previous results from tactic 1, 2, and 3 come into play. You can use those results and post them as part of your portfolio. As a client and freelancer myself, I've noticed most new freelancers on Upwork wait to be hired online instead of also focusing on offline clients. They'll state they're new and offer fees lower than the standard rate, hoping to score a client so they can get results. I typically avoid these types of freelancers because they're cheap and don't value their own services. Look for high-paying clients through the search filter. Jobs categorized as expert level have bigger budgets, but are also more complex and with higher expectations. One way I've used to stand out from all the other applications for a job when I don't even have an online portfolio is to do a video application. You can do this by recording a self-introduction through a video and addressing the client by name. In the video, present how you'll tackle the job and what you can deliver for the client. This tactic honestly takes little effort and requires less than 15 minutes to produce, but leaves a lasting impression because you're most likely the only applicant to send in a video application. Also, now there's a face to your name. your prospects have gotten to know you better than the rest of the applicants. Now you're equipped with 4 proven tactics to help you generate leads. Remember to always over-deliver and add value to the people you meet. It'll be tough at first, but you will reach a tipping point where clients will start looking for you instead. The game of freelancing is a fast-paced game, especially if you're working on your own and if you don't have a dedicated team assisting you with marketing or servicing clients. You've got to be smart with your time and resources. The last thing you want to do is be slow in responding to new leads and be far too occupied with existing clients. It's important to have a system on managing your leads, otherwise you'll end up confused and cluttered. This clouds your focus and you won't be able to prioritize your clients. Where your focus goes, your wealth flows. Here are 3 lead management tactics which you can deploy. Tactic 1, categorize, organize, and prioritize. You've gained momentum and results, and now you're getting an influx of leads and prospects who are interested in your services. To manage them properly, you need to categorize, organize, and prioritize based on a system which works for you. The reason for this is so you can identify and manage your time and resources better. This will also enable you to manage your cash flow well, because cash flow is king. So how do you do this? First, you want to organize all incoming leads and existing clients into small, medium, and large clients. The reason we're doing this is because we want to have a healthy mix of small, medium, and large clients to ensure we have uninterrupted cash flow to the business. Next, put a definition on what small, medium, and large is. This is usually defined by profit. If there are no details on profit, then go with annual revenue. Profit is a good measurement because it indicates a healthy marketing and advertising fund in your client. Small clients may not have the budget to invest in advertising and marketing. They have little to no red tape and bureaucracies to deal with. Therefore, this allows for quick approvals and feedback on the work, as you're typically dealing directly with the business owner. Small clients may not place high importance on copywriting and may have mindset and mental blockages which don't make them open to invest in copywriting. They're small for a reason. However, they are great to start with to get initial results. The strategy to win with small clients is to work for minimal charges or for free in exchange for video testimonials. Medium clients are somewhat more flexible than big clients. They also have a bigger budget for advertising and marketing compared to smaller clients and typically have a better mindset. They're more competitive and desire to grow bigger, of course. The strategy here is to focus on retainers and grow with medium clients. Retainers are long-term contracts across an agreed duration, and because it's long-term, there's a tendency for it to be lower than a one-off service. Think of it as a bulk sale. Big clients have bigger budgets for advertising and promotions, hence they're able to pay more for high-quality copywriting services. Internally, they have a lot of processes to go through before the copy can be approved. This means some projects can take longer than expected to complete, or there's a lot of waiting time in between submissions and feedback. This can result in multiple changes and tight due dates, which can create a lot of stress. Which is why your competition are creative and advertising agencies, which provide full service and have account management executives to deal with the clients, while the creative team works in the background to meet the creative brief. Some big clients also practice a 60-day credit term with service providers like copywriters. This, obviously, can highly influence your cash flow. The strategy is to have a healthy combination of short-term, or small, mid-term, medium and big, and then long-term clients, made of the medium and big clients, because you want uninterrupted cash flow and multiple businesses. Lead management tactic number 2, pre-qualify your leads. There are many different leads. Some genuinely want to engage with you. Others are just exploring, trying to find the best yet cheapest copywriter to engage with. Which type of clients do you think you want to work with? This is a very important question to ask because you only have 24 hours in a day, 8 of which are spent sleeping, 3 hours on breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and balance maybe 13 hours to work if you're cranking out full speed. But let's be honest, copywriting is a creative process and creativity can't be forced. And there are so many distractions like other people, coffee, Facebook, and the like. The point is you can't spend time on leads and clients who waste your time. So you've got to pre-qualify them. How? If they came from your website, you can set up an automatic form which captures the main details of the company. Next, you want to pre-interview them on the form by asking relevant business questions. Keep it to maybe 3 or 5 questions. This helps you to identify their main problem and spot opportunities for the client. You may sometimes find the solution to their problem may not be solved with copywriting. And if the solution is in other areas, you may want to team up with another freelancer or consultant to address the business problem. This helps you to add more value to your clients. The main aim is to pre-qualify your leads to determine if they are serious about hiring a copywriter and if they're in a good financial standing to do so. Avoid leads and clients who are cheapskates and time wasters. Lead management tactic number 3, nurturing your leads. In the beginning, you actively search for new leads and qualify them if they're in need of copywriting services. As your business grows and your perceived value increases, you become more and more in demand. Leads that turn into clients are managed like any other clients. However, leads that don't turn into clients, the best tactical move is to filter out those who are interested but did not engage with you due to budget constraints. For these leads, it pays not to disqualify them immediately because they may not have the budget now, but in the future, who can tell? Maybe they will. Therefore, the strategy is to serve them with a downsell in the form of an ebook or information which they can use at their leisure. Follow up with them as a low priority to check if they've implemented it. When they start getting the results they want, guess who they'll go back to? Well, obviously, you. Don't lower your fees to match your lead's budget because it cheapens your value. It's harder to raise your fees because the mindset of the lead is like, if you could do it before for so cheap, can't you do it again? However, if you must lower your fees in special situations where the client shows potential growth, make it clear and upfront to the lead that it is a one-off situation. This is not your regular price. You could also negotiate for a percentage of profit of the additional sales generated as a compensation. Also, avoid leads who promise future work if you lower your fees for just this one project. Based on experience, I can tell you, these promises are rarely kept. Lead management is important because your resources are finite. If you want to build $1 million business through copywriting, you need to manage your most important resource of all, which is your time and energy. Spend your time working on sales generating activities. Where your focus goes, your wealth flows. In every market, there are businesses out there competing for customers' attention and sales. If they have a bigger advertising budget, they'll shout and promote louder than you, so much it drowns out your voice. Therefore, as a copywriter, it's important to know and develop a differentiation in your service and what you offer compared to your competitors. This is so you can stand out from them. To do this, you need to define and focus on building your unique selling proposition, or USP for short. A USP communicates the difference in your service between you and your competitors. This helps to influence, persuade, and convince leads and potential clients to choose your service. Without a USP, your services would look the same, and just like every other freelance copywriter out there. And clients who don't know any better will have the tendency to select the lowest fees or the highest perceived quality in order to save costs. A USP is important because it helps to cut through clutter. It forces you to focus on your specialty relevant to the market. You see, your resources are finite. Your time and energy needs to be managed well, especially if you're operating as a solo entrepreneur. This means you need to focus on what you do best and not be everything to all people. If you try to be everything, you'll eventually burn out and it dilutes your perceived value of your services. Also, note the ones who charge highly in the market or have the highest prices. They're usually experts who specialize in just one area. So, what is your specialty? To develop your USP, first, you'll need to identify who your competitors are in the market. You need to know the environment you're playing in, where you stand, and of course, the rules of the game. Generally, there are 3 types of copywriters, which are entry-level, mid-level, and high-level. Entry-level competitors are like yourself if you're just starting out as a newbie in the copywriting scene. Most likely, they'd be fresh graduates or would have accumulated about a year or more of copywriting experience working in an agency and have just started to branch out on their own. They have little to no client base. For mid-level, they're competitors who have 3 to 5 years experience in the field and have a list of recurring clients. They could be operating with a mix of new clients and or existing clients with retainers. Retainers are where the clients retain and engage a copywriter on a long-term basis. The payout is more consistent, however, it may be at a slightly lower rate than a one-off engagement. And high-level competitors are experts who typically charge higher because of experience and results. It also covers full-service advertising agencies and boutiques. Full-service agencies typically manage the full component of advertising and marketing. covering above and below the line advertising. They'd have a client servicing team or an account management team, a creative team, and a production team. Boutique agencies, on the other hand, may handle only a specific component like research, creative work, or digital advertising. At this level, clients are normally larger corporations with bigger advertising budgets. Expectations, of course, are also higher with more complex engagements and longer time to push a project forward because there are many levels for work to be approved. Once you've mapped out your competitors, next do an analysis. Questions to ask and find answers to will be based on how they operate. What are the pricing structures like? And are they affordable or is it too expensive? Who are their clients? What are their success stories? And what are their strengths and weaknesses? And questions you as a copywriter should be asking yourself are, what are your opportunities? What are the threats to your business as a copywriter? And are there gaps in the market? What problems are you solving in the market? After finding out the answers, you'll be able to have a clearer understanding of your business. The main aim, of course, is to understand the rules of the game and know which rules you can bend or maybe even break. You can't play the game if you don't know how it works. After your competitors, next is to analyze and understand your potential clients and cover their demographics and psychographics. In this case, psychographics would reveal more insights. Demographics are quantifiable qualities covering age, gender, income, education, and economic status, and they help you to develop quick insights as to how your leads and clients operate and where to target them. Psychographics, on the other hand, are insights based on attitudes and lifestyles and other psychological criteria. Psychographics help you to understand the needs, wants, and expectations of clients towards the services of a copywriter. Combining demographics and psychographics would generate a key insight on your potential leads. For example, you find a majority of your leads who inquire about your services originate from a certain city, and based on interviews with past clients, you can find input and opinions are valued, and copywriters are expected to have some strategic marketing and sales experience, for example. So with that information in hand, you'd want to focus your adverts to target that city and potentially position yourself as the strategic marketing copywriter, possibly even branding yourself as such because that's what clients in that city are looking for, if that makes sense. This approach can also be used when analyzing the target market for your clients' businesses to help you create relevant and persuasive sales converting copy. At this point, you'll be able to identify a gap in the market. A gap is defined as an unfulfilled need or want in the market where you can leverage and dominate it. Next is to develop your USP to fit the market gap and turn it into a positioning statement. An effective one, when communicated, either offers a solution to your client's problem or communicates your differentiation point. This is developed based on your earlier research. Examples of great USPs are Avis, we're number 2. M&M's, the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand. De Beers, a diamond is forever. Your positioning statement is to be specific and as simple as possible. Once you're done, next is to communicate your USP. You can express your USP through a tagline. It's a short phrase or sentence which serves to give a clearer message about your service as a copywriter. With the USP and tagline, you can further communicate it by having it consistently appear across all of your marketing materials, like your name card and website. This moves on to branding yourself and having it appear consistently, right up to the way you talk and carry yourself with your audience. Branding helps to elevate the perceived value of your services. The more valuable your brand is, the more you can charge clients for your services. For example, the cost to engage with marketing guru Jay Abraham starts from, get this, $50,000 just for a keynote speech. In short, as a copywriter, being great is not enough if nobody knows you. You need to know how to market yourself. In a crowded marketplace, a unique USP will cut through clutter and noise. It also helps to build up your branding, and in the long run, lessens the cost of advertising to capture new leads.